Let's rock and roll, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, we have some special guests in the studio today. We have A. Everyone's special here. Navy Thunder's here. Hanging out in the office today. Hanging out in the studio. She's got her new Moana toy. Let's start a new one here. How is everyone doing today? What is your sign? I'm an Aquarius. I don't exactly know everything that means, but I'm an Aquarius. What's up, Erica, Firestar, Crystal, Mercy, Chelsea, Bayfox, Alondra sings there as well. Yoko, what's up? Gemma, Luna, usually a stop, sometimes a yield. Yeah. I wondered if we'd get one of those. Willow Wicked, Beyond is a Cancer. Willow Wicked, Libra. Zubeka, the beard is here. The beard is here. He's Sagittarius. Got hooked into a new audiobook. Very nice. Beyond, Cancer married to a Leo, and we had a Capricorn. You're Leo, is that right, Tater? So Aquarius and Leo that birthed a... What is the name? I'm not good at this. Taurus. She's a Taurus. Taurus. The bars at the top are a little off center. I think they're supposed to be because of the little top gifter thing up there. I think I might usually have it down a little bit. Yeah, but we try to create a little bit of room there. Like so. Like so. Taurus, and it totally fits you, Bailey Chapman. There you go. Dylan Sprague, Taurus 2. Sagittarius carrying a Taurus. Tracy, there you go. I don't know if it's like an all Taurus thing, but I can tell you those COVID babies are different. They are different. Is anybody else here an Aquarius that's married to a Leo? Aquarius-Leo combo. Now I gotta look it up. Aquarius-Leo compatibility. Probably shouldn't be looking at this. Can have a dynamic and magnetic relationship with Aquarius's intellect and Leo's passion, potentially complement each other, but challenges can arise from their differing needs for space and attention. Interesting. Interesting. Overkill Mail, you can see that Candy's a Leo. Bree, Aquarius husband is Cancer, kids are Pisces, Libra, and Virgo. Hatter dropping the first super on the YouTube side, dropping the 5, says it's honey. Words are hard. It's funny how this is a QOD LOL. I promised myself I would never date a Virgo again because my ex was one, and Mr. Hatter is a Virgo. You're just naturally attracted to Virgos. I guess that's it, right? And that's just the deal. Pisces, Aries, cusp, radiant decay. So right in between. They've changed them now too, right? Is that something you can change? Like they've changed the astrological signs and like who's what. And Mercy says, also member for 19 months, and the guy checking Thunder Crew says, Dusty, you look like Jack Nicholson in that beard-free pic. In case if you're not part of the VIP group, I did an April Fool's that no one believed, except Candy Thunder for a hot minute when I sent her the test pic, and her response was, "What is this? Why does this look real, Dustin? I swear, if you shaved your beard." It was not real, obviously. But I had an appointment at the barbershop on April 1st, just serendipitously. So I did a before pic, and then did the Snap beardless filter, which, by the way, doesn't work for longer beards. And my beard is really short right now. I shortened it up quite a bit, but it took this part of my beard and turned it into just like beard gut. Like my beard, my chin had a belly that just wrapped all the way underneath. So I had to just like cover it up like this so it wouldn't do that. And I guess that was the giveaway. That was the tell. That was the tell. What's up, Real Broad, Mama Allie? Crimson Murray, well, change no, but there are different houses that have different signs. So I had heard not too long ago that they actually adjusted the calendar. that determines who fits where into your astrological sign. I don't know. I'm not super into it. I'm not very tied into it. Crystal Phoenix Rising dropping the 5 says, happy birthday, Gemma. Love the Thunder fam. Gemma, happy gosh-heckin' birthday to you. We got to do it. We got to do it. Happy gosh-heckin' birthday. Who else has a birthday going on right now? Beyond says they did and they can bite me. Why are they trying to change stuff? That's not something you can change. Real Broad, you sent everybody pics with no nails and brown hair? Whoa. I bet they saw right through that one too. Christine, your birthday is Sunday or Saturday? Happy gosh-heckin' birthday to you as well. Hubby's was yesterday. Happy birthday to your hubby, Willow Wicken. Wonder Woman was on the 17th, or is on the 17th. Happy almost birthday for you. Also, Ollie, if you happen to be watching. And Jamie, if you're here too. Happy gosh-heckin' upcoming birthday to Ollie too. Turning 10 on the 14th. Holy cow. Sons was yesterday. Darcy, he's an April Fool baby. Oh, that's gotta be fun. Man. That's gotta be fun. I can imagine people really messing with them though. With an April Fool's birthday, that'd be kind of tough, wouldn't it? Very merry unbirthday to you all. I'm going back to QOD here. Real Broad says, Tony Spark, I expect a birthday card. You have almost 3 months notice. Real Broad's birthday. 6/25. No, 6/25. You said 10/4. I was just giving you shit. Hey, Janine Benham, what the heart me? Minions Den, Candy Koala, Overkill Mill, Pam, Bailey Chapman, Just Melissa, Calla Lily, Goober with the lightning bolts there too. Minions Den, Mama Allie, Bailey Chapman dropping 375, Julie May, T1D, Yvette Boo Boo, Wonder Woman, RR La La Land, Adri, Anna Maria Ortiz, Dylan Sprague, A-Flower, Bailey Chapman again there, Just Melissa, SOS, A-Flower, Dark Angel, you guys are awesome. Thanks so much for the love. Real Broad, see you there too. Victoria, Fatal Eeyores, Janine Benham. Thank you for the love. Real Broad. Ellen, I wouldn't actually shave the beard. Not unless there was some kind of... No, not even then. In no way would I ever shave the beard. Mostly because I don't know what's underneath here. Also, the last time I did it, my wife looked at me like she didn't love me anymore. And I don't want to bring that evil upon my house. I don't want to do it. Libby Ammerman, member for 20 months of the Gosh Heck Thunder Crew, says, I'm a Taurus, May 7th. My toxic trait is, when arguing, every hill is a hill to die on. Is this your raisin? I said, is this your raisin? Every hill. Must have the beard or Candy riots. I have no doubt she would leave me immediately. The stream would go away. Everything would just crumble. Wonder Woman taking the day off your birthday to get your hair colored and rebraided. Hey, nice. That is an awesome, like, do something for you day. Crimson. Thanks much. Even my barber's Duncan, he's getting some salt and pepper going in his beard too, and he's like, man, and in his hair too. He's like, man, like, I don't know, am I gonna have to color it or what? I'm like, no. You rock that salt and pepper, man. Don't cover that up. Elizabeth, last time your hubby shaved, he looked just like your mother-in-law. Exactly, and you couldn't look at him? Oh. That's rough. That's really low. I don't know that I could hear that. Does he know that? Cali Knight Libra. Dizzy Blue Eyes sitting here waiting for today's storm to blow through. Hopefully it ends up like this past weekend. Yeah, hopefully it just goes right on by. We actually had a tornado warning this morning. I had dropped Ava Thunder off at school, was on my way back home, and was like 2 minutes out and the sirens went off. Luckily it was north of us, but by the time I got home, Candy Thunder and Navy Thunder and the animals were in the shelter. It's a crazy time. It's a crazy tense time here. Hi, Navy Thunder. Hi, baby girl. What are you doing? You look ornery right now. What are you getting ready to do that you're not supposed to do? Are you being ornery? Oh, she's got graham crackers. She looks ornery right now. Hey, Shoe Knot with the heart me. Elise dropping the hundo. Bolt Stark Angel with the hundo as well. Elise, Mortal Lime. I'm sorry. Mortal me. Mortal me? Mortal me. I'm gonna need some help with that one. Candy Koala, Real Broad, Housewife. Fatally Yours, Real Broad again there, Victoria. Janine, Minions Din, Candy Koala, Overkill Mill, dropping the three hundo bolts. Thank you so much for the love. Is your shelter like your basement? No. So we actually have, we don't have a basement in our place. We do have a storm shelter in the garage. So it was there when we purchased the house, thankfully. So thankful to have that there. It is small. I mean, we can cram everybody in there, animals too, but it is a very tight fit. But it's safe. It's a steel box. Myra Catalina, hello, 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 hello. Oh my goodness, Minions, G-Ant. This weekend is your high school class reunion. It's 50th. It's your 50th high school reunion. Congratulations, that is awesome. I don't know. So I've never been to any of my class reunions, and I don't know that I would. I don't know. I just don't know. The star is here, Rebecca. I know. She'll be up here soon. I have no doubt. The beard, Hatter, I know. If I ever got rid of the beard, we couldn't be friends anymore. I think we would see a massive revolt. It would be a revolt, that's for sure. Tammy, we're in Southwest Missouri. We're in Joplin, actually. Plagued by tornadoes for some reason. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to start getting rocking and rolling here. Coming up, we have stories about postponed birthday plans, in-laws with boundary issues, brother-in-law troubles welcome, disagreements over gift cards, couples driving style differences, paternity test questions, and we also have spicy stories and a cake story. We do have a goal of 4K bolts here on the TikTok side to get Candy Thunder up here. She is here today with Navy Thunder. Hi, kiddo. Navy will be coming over shortly. I have a feeling. She did say before the stream, she said, if I need you, I can just come get you. It wasn't really a question. It was more like a statement. She was just letting me know that she was going to come get me if she needed me. And I'm like, of course, always. On the YouTube side, we have a super goal of 10 supers. That's the 5 and above to unlock a spicy story. We also on the TikTok side have a likes goal of 300K likes and 1,800 shares. We are tracking that with the bars again. We didn't do that last time as we were trying to solve tech issues, and we are running it now. If for some reason it ends up causing some issues, I'll make it go away. But I think we're going to be okay with it. The 1,800 share goal is super important right now. We are rebuilding on the TikTok side. We still really need your help with shares, not just on the stream, but on the posts that you enjoy daily there too. So please make sure you're sharing the live and the videos that you watch on the daily. Also, please make sure you're tapping the screen to hit the likes goal as well. Make sure you're subscribed on the YouTube side to stay up to date on all the latest content. Every story we do ends up getting posted there. Subscribing is free on the YouTube side. It is different. They use different terminology. We will be, The Imperfect Storms has not filmed yet. It will. Tonight? Maybe? Question mark? Maybe tonight. We're trying to find the right night to do it. It was going to be last night, and I think we were both fried, and then we had severe weather moving in, so it's just timing. Timing is tough. A reminder today, keep chat positive and respectful. Everybody's allowed to have their own opinion, and we don't all have to agree. We're not gonna, but it costs absolutely nothing to be respectful and to be a DFHB. If that's your first time here, that means decent effing human being. Don't spoil stories either, or that'll get your butt muted, if not booted. So let's not do that. And with that, get out your gosh heckin' brooms. Angelica, forgot today was Wednesday, your kid's first day back at school since spring break. Hey-o. Yoko, any chance of getting a bar on the YouTube side like the TikTok side? Maybe some days. I think I would probably I'd have to run an additional program to do that and try to keep it as bare bones as possible now. Cam, of course not. Of course not. Were you fooled though? Did you think it was legit? On TikTok, you can continue tapping. Can you do that on YouTube? To me, it looks like you don't only like it once on YouTube. I think I think you can just do it once. I think you're right. Dizzy Blue Eyes, it's a great idea. Making it not top of mind is something that's really important, and it's really difficult to do. So I'm happy to be your distraction today. Nicole Merrill, member for 6 months of the Gosh Heck and Thunder crew. Hi, my last Wednesday live. The new job won't allow the opportunity. No! At least wait until you're there for a little while, and then start playing it and just cackling at random. People think you're crazy, but they've accepted you at that point, so it's okay. You know what I mean? Joanne Harrison with the Marshmallow High for $100 jewels on the YouTube side. Thank you so much. Margarita with the floating heart for 10 jewels. And the thumbs up for 10 jewels there as well. Thank you so much for the love. Appreciate it. What's up, Magic Drop? And Droshko. Hello, hello. Denise. Good to see you all. Bay Fox, if Hatter wants chaos, Hatter must come watch Marble lives with me. Pure chaos. Talking chaos. Yoko, love the shirt today. Thank you. Rocking some new digs from Howler Brothers. I've got Florally Vibe matching with Candy Thunder here too. You'll see that momentarily. Tactical Sweetheart just became a 20-month subscriber in the Gosh Heck and Fam on the TikTok side. Welcome to the Gosh Heck and Fam. Glad to have you there. Vanessa Rivera, thanks so much for the goat. Jules, a 20-month subscriber there as well. You guys are awesome. By my sign name with the lightning bolts there too. Rescue Ninja, Angelica, Candy Thunder, Real Broad, Janice, 2014, Scarlet Sky, Andromeda Amber. Thank you guys so much for the love. We'll go ahead and get started with the first story, which, if you remember from last time, we unlocked a spicy story at the very, very, very end of the stream. So we said we'd start this week's live with that spicy story, and here it is. It is spicy story time. Hello there, it's Dusty Thunder, and I got a spicy story for you. The title of this one is, Am I the Astronaut for Not Wanting My Kids Every Weekend? We'll do a poll for this. Are you able to do polls from there, Tater? Title again, Am I the Astronaut for Not Wanting My Kids Every Weekend? I mean, look. There's a fried parent in every one of us that's like, nope. But then there's also like you should want your kids every weekend, right? So I'm torn. I'm honestly torn. Where you at on this, Tater? If it was the parenting plan, that would be hard. Oh, well.
I don't know. Or like it would be unfair.
You know what? I'm going ESH here, because I don't really know what else to do. And I feel conflicted. I feel like the part of me that says you should want your kids every weekend. And yeah, freedom is important, but you kind of cash that check whenever you become a parent too, at least for a while. But if it is part of a parenting plan that's just lopsided, then yeah, that's tough. But I do feel like, I'd be thrilled to have all of our kids every weekend. I say that now. After a while of having our kids every weekend, I'd be like, I need a fucking break. Yeah, Kelly, it could be. It could. I'm conflicted. I feel like I should, like, we as parents should, want them all the time, but sanity is important and balance is important. Rhonda, yeah, that sucks. Yeah, if it is lopsided like that, it sucks for the other parent too. I pity them. Okay. Poll ended. Show me the results. Show me. NTA won out. But then it's ASCON won. And then ESH. So Risa, member for 13 months in the Thunder Crew on the YouTube side, said, hi, love y'all. Just FYI, depression is real. Praying for y'all as I'm going through it. All the vibes for you. It's very, very real. Very real thing. And very easy thing to fall into and very hard thing to crawl out of. Right? A lot easier if you have a lot of people around you that love you. So hang around, Risa. We love you. My goal is to make you laugh today. How about that? That's a start. That's a start. That's a start. Okay, the title again was, Am I the Astronaut for Not Wanting My Kids Every Weekend? Let's dive in. My ex-husband and I share custody of our 10-year-old daughter and 12-year-old son. We have a 2-2-3 schedule, which actually looks like I have the kids Friday after school, and then he gets them Monday after school. I get them back Wednesday after school, then he gets them Friday after school, and then the week flip-flops. We've done this since our divorce 5 years ago, and it works well. That seems complicated to me. Or is it? Okay, 2-2-3. Okay. OP has the kids Friday after school, and then he gets them Monday, then he gets them back Wednesday, and then he gets them Friday. Okay, I see. It seems like it would be complicated, though. I mean, we have a rotating schedule, too, so as long as you keep track of it, cool. If it works for you, cool. We've done this since our divorce 5 years ago, and it works well. I'm a nurse in the OR, so I schedule my shifts for the days during the week when they are with their dad, and my one-call weekend every 6 weeks. Why are words so hard? And my one call weekend every 6 weeks is a weekend they are with their dad. Recently, the kids said they want to try splitting up on the weekend. So instead of both of them being with one of us during the weekend, one will go with dad and one will be with me. My son said he would make sure he was with me on call weekends because he can stay by himself if I have to get called in or can hang out at the hospital until I'm done. My ex is on board with this because he says it will allow us to spend one-on-one time with the kids and will allow the kids a break from each other. They squabble occasionally and annoy one another. I assume that's where the desire for the split weekends came from. While they do have a point, sometimes it is hard to not feel like you are disappointing one by trying to accommodate the other. I do not want to give up my free weekends. It took me a few months to get used to not having my kids all the time after the divorce, but now my weekends without them are filled with activities or travel. My ex agreed if there was a weekend trip I wanted to take, he would be fine having both the kids that weekend, but I honestly don't want to have to take his schedule into consideration when planning my trips, and sometimes they are spontaneous trips. I was talking to my family about this at breakfast this morning, and they're all kind of appalled by me not wanting to do this. My sister pointed out that if I was still married, then I wouldn't have all the child-free time I have now, and many mothers don't get a break from their kids like I do. My mom said she can't believe I would deny my children quality time with their parents for selfish reasons like not wanting to give up on my weekends. My sister-in-law seemed to understand where I was coming from, but said that she would still do it and just incorporate the child into whatever I was doing, and pointed out my daughter would love to go on the New York City shopping trip I had planned for December, and my son would happily join me for my Saturday morning spin classes. I considered that, but my sister-in-law loves taking her kids everywhere, so I don't know that she's aware of how nice it is to just be an adult without the responsibility of a child wherever you go. They were really making me feel like an asshole, though. Am I the astronaut? This is okay. I expected this to be a little bit of a split decision here. She said the quiet part out loud, Bobby Smith. Yeah. I feel like this is one of those things where she got used to having a little bit of freedom. Having the freedom to be an adult for like a full day is something that you really don't get as a parent. And she got a taste of that for a while and doesn't want to give it up. And while I respect that and I understand that, her family trying to make her feel bad about this and being appalled by her, I don't feel like that judgment is helpful, right? I don't feel like that is helpful at all. This is something she's going to have to process in her own time, and yet not wanting to give up that freedom is completely understandable. However, I feel like there's a lot of duty involved here too. And as a parent, yeah, you could incorporate your kids into some of the things, and one of the reasons that they're wanting to do this is to have one-on-one quality time. Let's be real here. The only reason that they're wanting to do this is because the two kids are at each other's throats, and they hate each other. They love each other, but they hate each other, and they don't want to be around each other, and that's understandable. They also aren't in charge. So while their desire fed this alternative to dad, and dad then pitched it over to mom, now mom's the one who has the real cost involved. She's the only one giving something up, right? I guess he'd be giving something up too. He'd be giving up his weekends too, right? Hey, we're at 2338 of 4K to get Candy Thunder up here, and I wish I had her feedback on this. For her feelings, no. For her actions, yes, Wonder Woman says. And maybe that's fair. Maybe that's fair. But I don't think OP has said this to her ex yet. It doesn't sound like she said this to her kids yet. She's talking to her family about it. And in that case, like, who is it safe to talk to about it? Who is it safe to confide in and be like, this is how I feel? And then to just be immediately shunned for it. Jenny with the ice cream cone, dropping the 2 from work. Hello at work. Week 4 child free. So you have a whole week. Wow. If dad has free time, it's fair for her to need it too. But I think they'd both be giving up free time doing this. Because they'd be alternating weekends. They'd have a child there every weekend, right? Wonder Woman, that's fair. I said she hasn't talked to the kids about this or the ex about it yet. Do you think she gets there? Do you think she talks to them about it? Tina, hello. It's Wednesdays, 3 p.m. Central to 5 p.m. Central, and Sundays, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Central. Does it say how old the kids are? They are 10 and 12. So the 12-year-old is the boy. There could be a compromise there. Oh. Scrolling back up to find it. The week on, week off, week together, then week free. Was that a suggestion for this? Would that be the compromise suggestion? There could be a compromise here. And it's a little surprising that OP's ex, dad in this case, is so willing to give up whatever freedom he had before. I do think, regardless of if you have structured time or not, like filling up your cup as a parent it's critical. It's not helpful. It's not like a bonus. It's a critical. It's a must do, or you're going to burn out. You're going to be miserable. You're going to be depressed. You're going to fall into a lot of these things because you're not able to feel like you. Especially parents of newborns, like you go through that phase where you're a zombie that's just caring for a little human goo thing, and you live to serve. You lose yourself in that process. And I think you start learning that you have to fill up your cup then, but you have to keep doing it, because then they start talking, and then they start talking back, and then they start rolling their eyes, and then it gets more complicated as you go. You know what I mean? Nancy dropped the 5 on the YouTube side, says, I totally understand. Personally, for the first 6 years of my child's life, I did everything. Now I'm divorced. I cherish my child free time. If OP had not had the time to get accustomed to this, she said it took a long time for her to get used to not having her kids there. And now she is used to it, and she's made the most out of that time. I'm sure she would get used to the other way as well, but now it's a Kobayashi Maru. Now it's are you going to hurt yourself, or are you going to hurt your kids? Like what is going to happen there? But you know what? What do you say? She does have thoughts. I'm trying. I was hoping we could hit the goal to get her up here. We might just have to go ahead and do it, because this is something you got to jump in on. You got to jump in on it, right? Just pause and dance. Pause and dance till we hit the goal. Risa, good point. I think this is why involved grandparents are important. Yeah. So having the village to support is important there, right? Sarah Ann says, I can offer no advice. I have no kids. Get margaritas? After the kids go to bed. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time today, here she is, Tater Thunder.
Oh my God, it's Tater Thunder.
So I'm going to read this comment from Pug Mom, because this is how I feel. She said, I was a single mother of 3 because my husband passed away when my youngest was 11 months old, which I am so sorry that happened. But she said, I never got a break. My kids saw the worst in me from my frustration at times. We do need times to ourselves. And I think that's how I feel. I'm a better parent when I have a small break, whether that's taking time to do stuff in the mornings and not having to rush through it because I'm not constantly having to do. It doesn't matter what the break looks like. I think it's just times have changed. They're not the same as they were 50 years ago or 60 years ago. Things are different, and we're understanding now that that people get burnt out much easier than we realized. I think, yes, there are kids, and yes, we love them, but it's also okay to take time for yourself. And if I don't do that, I get short, I get snippy, I get fried, I get emotionally upset. And I don't think that makes me a weak parent for saying those things and voicing that that's a problem for me. He knows this. I think I operate at my best whenever I feel like I have taken care of myself and I'm emotionally stable. And again, I 100% do not believe that makes me a weak mom for pointing out the obvious. And I don't think anyone here should feel weak for saying that they need a break. I think they should feel open and honest with themselves to say, fuck, this is hard. I need a fucking break. And she's realized that, and she's realizing what she can do with that time off. And no, I don't think it's selfish to deny changing it. Right now it is split 50-50 between these two parents, and they're doing something. And I think the dad would also realize what he's giving up, but emotionally he doesn't understand that yet. And I think the mom is like, that weekend where she gets to be herself is being, where she doesn't have to answer to someone else. And yes, she decided to have kids, and yes, I understand that. But something is being taken away, something that she's used to, something that her life has now become accustomed to. And so I think she's definitely not the asshole for having these feelings. And I understand wanting one-on-one time with your parent. And so I think there's a compromise that could be made, and maybe it's one day that weekend. But I also think it's important for the kids, because I think the arguing was part of the issue with them on the weekends. I think it's important not to separate them. I think it's important to allow them to have their feelings around each other, and how to work through those feelings on the weekends that they're together at their dad's house or they're together at their mom's house. Like, I think there's a compromise in there somewhere where it's not just one child goes here for the weekend and the other one goes here. I think there's a family unit compromise that can happen between the four of them.
Smart. So here's where I get stuck. The immediate guilt of imagining myself in the situation where I would be potentially telling one or more of our kids, no, I don't want you to come over these weekends because I value my free time.
I totally
overpowers my desire to fill up my cup and to have that time and to be the best version of myself, right? There's this sacrificial part of all of
Absolutely,
us.
Yeah.
That is, I think, the default wiring. That is like, yes, I will do that. You're right, though. It is.
I think it's like split them once a month. And so like you have, that gives you 3 weekends a month. One is split. And then you still each get 1 weekend to yourselves a month.
Yeah.
But that way you're not splitting up the kids too much, and you're not taking too much of your free time.
And it's still sacrifice.
And you're still sacrificing. Or do it one day of the weekend where you take them to do something while the daughter's with their dad and the son's with you, like whatever that looks like. But I don't think OP is the asshole for wanting to cherish the free time that she does have as a parent. That's where her life is right now. And like, I don't think we should just shit on her because she chose to have kids and now she's wanting free time. I don't think anyone should shit on anyone for wanting that. Now, if you abuse free time as a parent, I think, yeah, she would be an asshole. But right now they're doing it 50-50. And so I don't think she's abusing anything right now.
Well, right now they're following the parenting plan.
Yes.
So right now they're following the document that if no agreement can be made, has to be fell back on. Right. So right now they're doing what they're supposed to do. They're asking for a change to that. And I immediately didn't even think of the possibility of saying, no, we're not going to split you up. Like, you have to learn how to problem solve.
Right.
You have to learn how to communicate. You have to learn how to work with difficult people. These are skills that you are going to need.
Yes.
Having a sibling is beneficial for you, because then you're going to become an adult and work with difficult people. You're going to have to deal with difficult people in public, and you're going to know how to do it so much more because you had a sibling. If you run from this now, you will not know how to do this later. I did this. Now I get to go to my spin class or whatever it is. You know what I mean? I don't know how How do you approach this from her position? This is obviously a conversation that she has with her ex, not with her kids.
100%. Don't.
First,
Yes.
at least, but they already know because they've already talked him into pitching this plan. So she's got to talk to her kids at some point here and have that conversation. How would you do that?
I would talk to my husband and say, hey, I hear what you're saying. Let's compromise on this and not split them up every other weekend so that they are still functioning at your house, together, and not focusing on the arguing and everything like that, but focusing on how to handle themselves when they're pissed off, when they're upset with the other person. But then also, we can do like one weekend a month. Let's split them up. And if it's one weekend a month, they do it on mom's weekend. The next weekend it's on a dad weekend, like whatever that looks like. But I don't know.
Compromise
I would
has
just
to be the way to go.
compromise. Yeah.
I think it's the only option here that doesn't lead to an immediate burnout or failure or resentment, right? There's a definite resentment that could creep up quick if it's 100% sacrifice.
Right.
And yeah, she's going to be shamed no matter what. She's going to be
for sure.
made to feel selfish no matter what. She's going to be painted that way. Apparently the people that she confided in her family wasted no time on that. So it's going to happen. And the kids are probably not going to be happy about this either. And she has to be ready to accept that too.
I think we've been conditioned as a society to shame people who don't want to spend time with their kids. Oh, you take your kids to daycare and you're not a stay-at-home parent. You suck. Oh, you do this and you're not with your kids. You suck. I don't think that's the case at all. And I think focusing 100% of your time on your child gives them a false sense of reality, because that is not reality. No one is focused on you personally 100% of the time. You don't get 100% of every person's attention that you enter into a relationship with. You don't get 100% of someone. And so I think managing their expectations is not terrible. And I don't think that she should be shamed for it, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. And Rebecca, you make an interesting point here. He says, but why do the kids needing time apart? But why are the kids needing time apart less important than her needing time apart from her kids? I don't think that makes sense. And I see what you're saying. However, I mean, again, go back to the core structure of this, and there's a legal document, there's a legal plan that has the structure behind this right now. And all they're doing is following that. The kids don't have a legal document that allows them to have time apart from each other.
It's also, it's much harder being a parent than it would be in the role of the child. There's the responsibility that you feel with your children, like in your possession at that time, is immense. It's unmatched by anything else in my life to be solely responsible for.
But you don't think you had that level of stress when you were 10?
Well,
come on.
But there's just a big difference between
different.
the responsibilities between the kids and the child. The kids don't want to be around each other because it's like
They annoy each other.
and they're pissed off and they just want to get away from it.
How much time do you actually think they spend around each other, not zoned in on devices, though?
Yeah.
Probably not a lot. And Yoko dropping the 5 on the YouTube side says OP's also a nurse. She deserves time to recharge for herself and taking care of patients. NTA, mom and sister, ask on one. Yeah. They were awfully judgy.
They were very judgy.
But I think we can all agree that this is a complicated situation.
Super complicated.
There's no easy answer here. And even a compromise is going to be a very, very delicate thing to try to navigate and try to respect everyone's feelings involved here. It's going to be
damned if you do and damned if you don't.
Exactly.
And so it's just a rock and a hard place. But I think there's a way out of it with a compromise. It just depends on how the dad receives it and how as long as he doesn't walk that back to the kids in a negative way.
Which I worry about.
I would do.
Well, kids, your mom says no. She doesn't want you little shits around on the weekend because she wants to go on her little trips and take her little spin class.
Oh, no.
It's tough. It's tough. Tater Thunder, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, someone else wants to come on and say hi real quick. Come on up. Hello. Mwah. Oh, you want to see yourself? Sorry. Let me move this screen for you.
Someone around all the time.
Say hi. Camera's right there. Remember. Hello. It's Navy. Show them your pretty unicorn dress.
Look at that. Compliments of Aunt Sarah.
She was leaving for school today and had this unicorn dress out and said, I want to wear that. Mm-hmm. We're like, well, look out the window. And it was like a crazy thunderstorm right then. We're like, does that look like the outfit for today? She's
Yes,
like, no.
Yes, it does.
I was like, okay, it's gonna be nice this afternoon. So when we get home from school, then you can put it on. And she freaking remembered, didn't she? How long did it take her getting in the door to put that dress on?
About 2 minutes.
Yeah, that makes sense. Hi, kiddo.
All right, tell him bye. I'm going to take you back up there. We got to go get Ava.
Bye.
Oh, you can sit on the...
You can stay here. That's fine. Yeah.
Tony's right there, too. You can ask Tony.
Did you hear her? Yeah, what I told you at the beginning of the stream, she just said it again. She's like, if I ever need you, I'll come get you. Okay. Thanks for letting me know. Beyond, yep. Curls are fighting through the straightening. They're fighting through. Sparkles are always appropriate. Yoko with the thumbs up and Margarita with the party blowers for 5 hundo over there. Thank you so much for that. Risa with the 5. If they're like my kids, most of the time they're in their own rooms. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure they do annoy each other, but how much time are they really like with each other? And I think there's a big disparity between 2 kids being around each other and a kid who is dependent on a parent being around each other. There's an obvious difference there. It's tough. It is just, it's a very, very complicated situation. Nancy dropping the 5 on the YouTube side says, unfair of OP's mother. We can't just send kids out into the neighborhood for the day and hope they make it back by dinner. It's all hands on deck now. Really good point. When Candy Thunder was talking about how things have changed, that's one of the things that have changed in not 50, 60 years. It's been like 15, 20, right? You can't just send the kids out to go play in the creek, in the drain creek with the crawdads like I did. That's like, if you're back here before it's dark, you're in trouble. Go play in the creek with the crawdads. Come back when you learn something. It's not like that anymore. It requires a lot more hands-on management. Libby Ammerman with the 5 on the YouTube side as well. I'm the caregiver for my son. He has to have his own nurse with him to be at school. School days are the only free times I get. I depend on it. Heard. And, you know, with Navy Thunder being at school just a few days per week right now for a half a day, it's complicated, right? And we're looking forward to the times when she is at school every day. Not because we want to be away from her, but because we've got shit we need to do. And we want some time to be able to be adults as well. Hey, we hit the bolt goal over there. It's a good thing because Tater Thunder's walking out the door right now. She got pissed and left. She's just like, screw it, I'm done. Just kidding. She's picking up Ava. In particular order here, we have Overkill Mill, the number 1 spot at 1.0K. Lavita B03 at 400 at the number 2 spot. Bailey Chapman at 375 at the number 3 spot. Then we have AK Mary Hoorn, Darcy LC, AJ Myers, Rez Q Ninja, by my sign name, God's Blessed Wonder Woman, RR La La Land, Elise Kutch, Jelly 55, Anna Hartman, Dilly Pickles, Lady Tanners, Dylan Sprague, TF90, Saturn's Moon, Candy Thunder, Ash Girl, Doroshko, that SRT4 chick, and Hot Oxen, Anna 8207, Real Broad Zuba, Julie Jules, J Mason 9, Violet Green 1987 as Plunda, Thrillers Motmami, Dark Moon Mallory, Karen Jordan, Just Melissa, Minions Den, Diana C. Anthony. I screwed one up. Dang it, I was doing so well. Vanessa Rivera and Happen Kukutaja. I screwed that one up. I'm so sorry. Happen Kukutaja. Help me. Help me, Tom Cruise. Help me. Help me, Oprah Winfrey. Thank you guys so much for the love. Greatly appreciate that. Megan Mother of 8, southwest of St. Louis. There is a confirmed tornado on the ground. Be safe, Thunder fam. If you're in the St. Louis area, be safe. If you have the ability to take shelter, take shelter. Do not play around with that shit. I've seen it do some messed up stuff firsthand. Take it seriously. Serious. Well, let me set up the next goal on the TikTok side here. The next one we're going for is going to unlock a Tony Spark appearance and confetti. I get to shoot confetti at Tony Spark. By the way, Tony Spark has a lot to fill you in on. This guy, he's had a morning, but he's also had like a 2-week stretch of his event is this weekend, the fundraiser event that he's in charge of every year. For St. Anne's. And he's running hard. He's about out of gas. But he's got a lot to talk to you about. And it's all coming together beautifully.
Oh, was that a joke? I ran out of gas.
It wasn't a joke, but it was perfect.
Subtle dig. Also, by the way, I almost happened.
You almost read that. I was talking earlier. I was like, I'm surprised you didn't run out of gas in the middle of that tornado warning. This guy. This guy. Yeah, you're like, oh, okay, there's a giant red cell on top of us. I guess I better gas up. Good gravy. Zelda with the dinosaur. Thanks so much for that. Jumar Bree, Charlotte Arnold, Jarby, Bailey Chapman with the space gun. Fly on the wall. Zelda with the space cat. Delicate Demes. As Blonda. Christian Museum Girl, Michaela McDougall, Pet Family, Amaldine Shepherd, Marissa, thank you guys so much for the love. We just started the Finger Hearts goal, 2.5K to unlock, Tony Spark, and Confetti. And in the meantime, we'll dive back over to our story. So I guess the answer on that spicy story for me is it's complicated. It's complicated. I don't think she's the asshole. So actually, let me go back and address one thing here. The title on the question is, am I the astronaut for not wanting my kids every weekend? Which is really feeling something. She hasn't acted on this yet. But for not wanting them every weekend, no. I think in my eyes here, you're not an asshole for that. Achieving it in a way that makes you not the asshole to everybody else is going to be impossible. So accept that right now. You're going to be the asshole to at least one person to protect the structure that you have right now, even though you shouldn't have to protect that structure. That is the legally binding structure that exists by a court order. It's tough. It's a Kobayashi Maru. It's not fun. Fumbles, you actually made it. Heck yeah, welcome. Angel with the flower for 30 jewels over there. I will move on. Sorry, Tony. Tony's giving me the cue cards. Like, move your ass. I'm sorry. Are you saying this because it's been 48 minutes and I've only done one story? Okay, I'll talk faster. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's rock and roll. Turbo mode unlocked. I'll read real fast. Hey there, it's Dusty Thunder with yet another Reddit story for you. Title of this one is, Am I the astronaut for asking my wife to postpone her birthday plans? I'll read it again, Caden Thunder, don't worry. Caden Thunder has to edit, and he's like, oh man, that was garbage. Am I the astronaut for asking my wife to postpone her birthday plans? Candy Thunder is not here right now to run the polls. We're going to go ahead and go without it, and also I got to catch up on time because apparently I've been squirrel ADHDing today. But thoughts? Am I the astronaut for asking my wife to postpone her birthday plans? I'm going to say, yeah, you probably are. I'm sure you have a good reason, but I'm going to go all the way up to ask on 2. Definitely should not have done that. I'm sure there's a good reason for it. I'm sure you're not the asshole, but at face value. All right, let's dive in. My wife, 43 female, and I, 46 male, had plans to go to a restaurant for her birthday. It was just going to be us, not a larger gathering. This was a weekday, so there was going to be dinner out after a normal workday for both of us. I realized 2 days before her birthday that the day of her birthday was the same day as my weekly community sports match for which I'm a team captain. Okay, hold up. Weekly community sports match. Does anybody know what that is?
It's like a weekly league. Like a bowling league.
Ah, gotcha.
It's not a bowling league, it's like a football league.
The team doesn't need me to play, but I had already missed the last 2 weeks of play because I was out of town and I didn't want to miss a third week. The restaurant she planned on doesn't require advanced reservations, so it would have been easy to go another night. I asked her if it would be okay if I played my match and do dinner another night. Yeah. Oh, okay, hold on. So the 2 days that you were out of town, yes, or the 2 weeks you were out of town, yes, those are excused absences. Your wife's birthday would be an inexcused absence to the community sports league for which you are a captain for? Just want to make sure I got all this straight. Welcome to the Brozo League. You are also a captain here. She said she would prefer to go out on her birthday. I explained to her that I'd rather play in my match because I'd missed a few weeks, and she again said that she wanted to keep our plans for her actual birthday. She then said it hurt her feelings that I had asked not to spend her birthday evening with her so I could play sports. While I agreed to keep our original plans, the situation caused a fight, and she wound up going to dinner alone on her birthday. Oh, no. Oh, no. Hey, Tony Spark, you want to jump up here real quick and vamp, and I'll take care of that? Okay. Navy Sounder has to go potty real quick. I'm gonna go dad mode for a minute. Tony Spark's gonna come chat with you. I got you, baby. I got you.
Vamp. That's what I'm doing. I'm vamping. Don't. There's a potty situation, and that is out of my jurisdiction. Above my pay grade, out of my skill set, all of those things. Vamp. I don't know. Hi people. This does not count as my official appearance. You guys still have 1,200 and something. I'm not good at math. Finger hearts to go for some good stories about today. His life.
Do a flip.
Do a flip. Flip. I don't. That's not a thing. Hype like you did. I gotta be in the mode for the 24-hour live. I'm here, but I'm not here. Dusty will be right back. I feel like we should have a graphic, and it's just like one of those like please stand by graphics, you know, from like the like where they have like the like clock or tick or whatever on the TV from back in the day. You know, they're extended live. I don't know, Ellen. That was a lot. That was a lot. What do you think of the story? Well, I know how the story goes because I found the story. So, I don't know. Wait, did he finish reading the story? I'm sorry. I was talking to... Okay, that's what I thought. I didn't want to like give it away if he'd already finished it. And we're back.
And we're back. It was so funny because that was really quick. And then I was like, okay, let's get cleaned up. Let's wash our hands and let's rock and roll. And then she says, I need to poop too. I'm like, okay, all right. I'll wait right here. And about 30 seconds later, she's like, I don't need to poop. I'm like, okay, let's go. So 30 seconds. It's going to happen. Are you okay? Jesse. Oh yeah. Jesse had to leave. Honey. Oh, she's upset because Jesse left. Navy, come here. I'm sorry, guys. Navy, come here, baby. Come here. It's okay. It's okay. She had to leave. She had stuff she had to go do, honey. But listen, if we talk into the camera, I can show her this video later and you could still tell her what you wanted to tell her, right? Go ahead and look at the camera. And what were you going to tell Jesse?
So Daddy wanted to tell her like her hair.
Oh, Jesse, she wanted to tell you that she really liked your hair. She thought your hair was really pretty. There, see, you still told her. She just won't see it until later.
I just.
You good? And we could leave her a note on her desk too, okay?
I wanted to say, maybe I love you.
Okay. Well, we can write that. We'll write that when your mommy gets back, okay?
Okay.
I bet Ava will help with that too.
I'm gonna write it. I'm gonna draw.
You're gonna draw it?
I'm gonna draw.
You're gonna draw a heart on it?
I'm gonna draw. I was gonna draw a check.
A check? You're gonna write Jessie a check? That says you love her hair?
Yes. I like it.
I love you, kiddo. Okay, I gotta read some more stories, okay? Are you good? Yep, Mama's almost here. Are you good now?
Dad.
Those are my tickets. Look, I use them for the stories that I read. And this one gets the blue one. It says Ask on 2. She's like, and I'm out. It's not a toy for me. I'm out. Yeah. She was gonna draw her a check? She's got a future in counterfeiting. Look at that. Okay. Sorry, I'll get back into this. While I agreed to keep our original plans, the situation caused a fight and she wound up going to dinner alone on her birthday. You are a dumbass. Other context is that we live overseas, so our close friends and families are far away. We have a few acquaintances in our local community, but not close friends. Playing in my weekly match is one of the highlights of my week. The reason I missed the last 2 weeks of my match was because we were back home visiting her family, and I really didn't want to miss another week. Am I the astronaut? If the situation were reversed, I wouldn't care if my wife spent my birthday with me or not. Eek. I don't think... Number one, bullshit. Number two, you're saying that has no gravity in this situation at all. Edited to add info, some people missed that I was out of town with her visiting her family. This doesn't mean that I'm trying to say it's her fault I was away. She also takes off work and misses things to see my family too. Appreciate the perspectives here. Clearly, I'm the astronaut. Yeah. Because you literally created a hierarchy where being out of town to visit family, regardless of if it's hers or yours, being out of town to visit family is more important than her birthday. Also, because you called those excused absences and her birthday was not an excused absence. Also, playing in your weekly community sports club match is more important than her birthday. Not just the thing that happens only once per year, not weekly, but the day that you were supposed to celebrate the person that you love and chose to do life with as your partner, as your person. Starting to sink in. Yeah. So, you know, this is not intentional evil. So while it very well could be like a black hole type of situation, I'm going to ask on one because this is just, you're a terrible human for this, right? Like, yeah, maybe it's an ask on two. You definitely shouldn't do that because I don't think there's not like an evil motive behind it. He's just a brozo. He's a brozo ASCON 1.5, something like that. It was dumb. It was dumb, and his logic here of his justification, trying to justify him wanting to do this thing. He actually talking about the hierarchy, shove her birthday down even further because his desire to do something for him outweighed her desire to do something with him on her birthday. Cringe. Is he too weird? Member for 17 months of the Gosh Heck and Thunder Crew says, hello from KC. Why do these people get in these relationships they clearly aren't invested in? What's up, Casey? Hey, neighbor. Hope you guys weathered the storms last night and this morning as well. I don't know. I think this is one of those, in the beginning of the relationship, he probably never would have made this decision kind of things. Does it say how long they've been together? Boop-a-doop-a-doop. They're 43 and 46. Okay. They're 43 and 46. I think this is an issue of taking your partner for granted. So let's say they've been around for like 20 of each other's birthdays at the longest. They've experienced several of them. He's taking it for granted. And probably even self-justified it by saying like, oh, we're going to do a bigger thing on the weekend, or, you know, I can make this up to it. No, dude, it's the one day. You don't get to do you things on your partner's birthday. You shouldn't. Like to the level of you don't get to. You shouldn't, because it's just like, it's a big no-no because it makes you an asshole. Good gravy. Gomez, my boyfriend doesn't care about his birthday, but still makes an effort for mine. It's because he loves you, right? Ellen, I would bet he has done shit like this before, and this is why she stood her ground. Oh, solid point. Solid point. Point. I said that. He's a lifelong brozo. She needs to get out of that, Amy Castro. Here's the deal, though. Here's the deal. He says, clearly I'm the asshole. It's a forced self-reflection, but it's still a self-reflection. Now, what he does with that verdict, if he actually absorbs this and starts to reflect, what's up, Ava? Hi, did you drive here? No? Gotcha. You want to come? You want to come say hi to everybody? Come on. Come on. I asked and then I was like, no, yeah, come on. Come on. They're going to think you don't like them if you don't come on camera and say hi. I'm just kidding. Say hi, everybody.
What's this one?
That's everyone sucks here. Camera's there. Here's the chat. These are not the Astronaut, so I use these to vote on title alone before reading the story. And then I press the button at the end of the story. So Ava has been driving quite a bit and turned 16 on April 27th. So this is like the home stretch of figure it out. Like parallel parking has to be mastered here soon.
Yeah, I gotta parallel park.
How do you feel about all that?
I mean, I think I'm a pretty good driver, but I don't like parallel parking. That's
Have
boring.
you done parallel parking?
No, I'm just scared of it.
You don't
Because on the test,
you don't like it.
No.
You've never done it.
on the test,
It's like saying you don't like salmon, but you never tried
I
salmon.
have tried salmon. I just don't like it. But on the test, you have to park in between like these 4 poles, and I'm scared I'm gonna hit one of them.
No, we got it. We've got the cones in the car. We just need to get out there tonight or tomorrow night and practice. You'll be all right. And it'll take you 2 seconds to refresh because you have the method that your dad taught you. And once you do it once, you'll be like, oh yeah. And then you'll teach her that and then it'll be solid. It'll be great.
I put them in.
It doesn't matter if they're in order. It's fine. It's easier to parallel park when you're 16. Maybe. Use mirrors. Don't be afraid to adjust them. There you go.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all power
just-
adjustment.
I always
right?
forget I can adjust my mirrors.
Yeah.
I haven't moved them.
Hey, Melissa Riffle, welcome to the Gosh Heckin' Thunder Crew. We believe in you, girl, as Blunda says. Aw, Ellen, your grandfather taught you and you think of him every time you have to do it? That's awesome. That's like, yeah, with Candy Thunder, it's her dad. Every time she parallel parks, she comments on how her dad taught her. And yeah, sorry, we didn't get you one of those bougie vehicles that just like,
You use your parallel park.
that could just crab walk into the space sideways. Like, look at this, parallel park. The person giving the test is like, well, I'll be damned. Someone has finally beaten the system. All right, I'll dive back into the story. Ladies and gentlemen, Ava Thunder. She just liked to play with the cards. The tickets. Angel dropping the 5 on the YouTube side says you'll love parallel parking first time you go downtown somewhere. Make it your superpower. Agreed. And I have a feeling you're gonna want to go to concerts. You want to go to stuff in busy places. It's gonna be handy. That's why you just marry somebody that can parallel park. I mean that works too.
I don't remember the last time I had to do it because anytime we have to parallel park, you're normally driving.
Yeah, well, it's all right. Okay, so back to that story. He is at least beginning the process to self-reflect. Whether he takes more steps, TBD. But there's hope. There's hope. Okay, we're going to move over to the next story here. Oh. Where are we at on our finger heart goal? We're at 1950 to 25 hundo, which gets Tony Spark up here and confetti. His song and dance up here before while Navy was in the potty doesn't count. It doesn't count. It was a vamp. Did you catch that while you were out picking up Ava?
No, I couldn't get my TikTok.
Navy's potty adventure.
He filled me in. I was like, so next time she goes with me.
It was. No, the funniest part was after she got done going potty, and I was like, okay, let's get up and wash your hands. She's like, oh, I have to poop. And I'm like, okay, all right, I'll be right here. And she does the, don't look at me. She looks me right in the eyes. Don't look at me. Don't look at me or look directly at me. Not that Ellen dropping the 5 says everyone says a woman marries someone like her dad. I married someone like my grandfather. He was the best man ever, so I'm okay with that. Well, there you go. Maybe it's you marry like the father figure you cherish. If you're lucky, right? Okay. Next story, we're diving in. Hopefully we can hit that finger heart goal by the time we're done with this so you can get some Tony Spark love and get filled. Did you fill them in on all the event stuff?
No.
Oh. Just gotta roll with it, man. Just gotta roll with it. Ladies and gentlemen, We have a follower submission for you. This follower submission was sent in. Is this the one?
Yeah.
This was sent in about an hour before the live and made it on the show. So as much as I will say, like, hey, yeah, you can send a story to us directly, but there's only a slim chance that it's going to get used in the show. Posted on the Dusty Thunder subreddit. Here's an example of it actually working out and getting thrown onto the show here. So check that out. OP, if you happen to be in chat and you want to claim your story, you go right ahead. If you don't, that's your choice. Title of this story is Am I the Astronaut? Title of this story is Am I the Astronaut? I just need 1 day to myself.
Lots of people need alone time.
Yeah.
Today's theme is alone time.
'Tis the season.
Asking that.
The Astronaut. I don't even know. They're little. Get out of here. Stupid Astronaut. Am I the astronaut? I just need 1 day to myself. I'll just dive right into this one. Did you start a poll? No, I haven't. Okay. I'll go ahead and dive right in. Hi, Dusty, Tater, and the gang. Your official name is Tater now. Longtime fan, first time sending in a story. I have posted this on Reddit also, but haven't had much traction, so I thought I would send it to you for some advice or help. Grab your tea, grab your popcorn. It's a long one. Is it really an AITA post if in-laws aren't involved? Not a good one. I, 30 female, have had boundary issues with my in-laws to be since I moved countries to be with my now fiance, 35 male. For context, I come from a long line of introverts. My family, extended and immediate, have always been respectful of boundaries. We're all introverts. We all get it. If you need me, I'm there for you and will do anything for you, but no dropping over unannounced, no last minutes, just popping over for a cuppa. It's just how we are. Me personally, I'm a very routine-based person, and I do realize that sometimes I can be too rigid. However, I have gone to therapy to help deal with this. Me too, girl. My therapist says it's fine to have routine and boundaries, but I also have to be willing to compromise, which I am. I don't know if I can Me Too, girl, that one. I work 4 days a week in retail. Doesn't seem like much, but any introvert in retail knows the struggle. I'm off Sundays, which is mine and my partner's date day. Tuesdays, which is my deep clean and got the house top to bottom day. I'm the housewife that works, contributes a small amount of money from a very shite pay, cooks every day and cleans up after my fiance, who is the breadwinner and works from home, and my brother-in-law, 26 male, who lives with us, but that's another story. Wednesday is my day, or well, it's supposed to be. My actual day off where I get to just shut off, crochet, read, whatever. Not have to deal with chores, I still do, or humans. 1 day out of 7 is all I ask, and still I never get it 100% because as any woman knows, housework always has to be done. But I can live with that if I don't have to see people, particularly my in-laws. Now I do love my in-laws. They're very kind, warm, and welcoming. They're also loud, messy, overbearing. When I first moved here, they would call over unannounced constantly. They nearly walked in on us doing the deed at least 4 times. They don't believe in knocking or doorbells. This caused many an argument between my partner and I, as you can imagine. During the first year and a half that I lived here, I fell into a very deep depression. And I am doing okay now, thankfully. I am medicated and therapied. Whilst I was in therapy, I brought the whole coming over unannounced thing up and how it drove me nuts, but also I love how close my fiance is with his family, and I don't want to be some witch that comes between that. So we discussed coming to a compromise with my partner, and that's what we did. 1 day a week, Wednesday, for me. Except this doesn't always happen. It's worth mentioning we live on a very small island near the UK. That's all I can say without giving away my location. So it goes without saying they live nearby because everything is nearby. From the southernmost point of the island I live on to the northernmost point is about an hour's drive, if even. This makes me think of Kier, or like where the ether mill that they went to, what was that place called? And Severance.
Okay.
Damn. No, it had a name. What was the ether mill place? The Isle of Manx? It was the Isle. Oh, that's what you're guessing. Isle of Man. Okay. My in-laws live 10 minutes away. Some Wednesdays I get to myself-ish, but they always seem to need to drop something off, or they were in the neighborhood. Just this evening, which is the reason I'm writing this post, my fiance's dad says he has to drop some motorcycle part off to our neighbor, so he'll be popping in. And I'm just like, this couldn't have waited until tomorrow. It's currently 7 p.m. where I live. It's not like the neighbor will be going out this evening. I think it's just an excuse to come over. Salt what? Salt's Neck. Yeah, that's what it was. Salt's Neck. I got annoyed when my partner mentioned he was coming over. I said, all I ask for is one day in the week. My partner apologized. I told him apologies without actions are null and void. This has been going on for almost 3 years now. This complete and utter disregard for me and my boundaries. I would also like to point out that my fiance gets Saturdays and Sundays to do what he wants. He doesn't have to worry about housework or anything because I do it all. Yes, he makes the money and I make the home. He gets 2 days of fun and all I ask for is one. It's like a nice little song you got going on there. Am I expecting too much? Is 24 hours without seeing the in-laws or anybody that's not my partner too much to ask? I don't think it is, but I need strangers on the internet to tell me either way. No, it is not too much to ask. You have his family that's not respecting your boundaries, but here's what I'm wondering. Have these been established as boundaries to them? Do we have OP in chat, by the way? OP, are you here? Karen Jones, that's what I'm saying. I think you have a husband problem. I don't know this. I'm operating off of a hunch, but it feels like these boundaries were supposed to be communicated to his parents by him. I don't think he did it. If anything, he might have given them the diet version. He might have given them some watered down version. And even if he did explain them, he's not enforcing them. So they're not a boundary. It was just a one-time notice to be treaded on hereinafter. He needs to say something. Yes, Risa, 100%. He needs to communicate and enforce the boundaries. Unless you don't mind doing it. If you don't mind being like, look, Dale, we all agreed that Wednesday's my fucking day, okay? Why are you here, Dale? You didn't have to drop off a motorcycle part to the neighbor and drop by my place just to say, hey, what are they doing when they come over just to say hi? Are they just walking in and they're like, hi, and then they turn around and they leave? What happens when they come over? Can you not make it more than 20 minutes without having to poop and you need your bathroom? Is that what's happening? Why are they coming over so often? When he's not even there. Oh no, he is there. He's working from home. He's at work. Leave him alone. Let him focus. Why? Who has a family like this? That comes over a lot, that like spends a lot of time together. And I'm not saying who has a family that comes over unannounced, that barges in and doesn't respect boundaries. I'm saying who has family that like comes over a lot and sees each other a lot. Candy Thunder does. Her family, they see each other a lot, but it's always in an intentional, loving way. It's not in a, hey, I'm coming over whether you like it or not kind of way. But I don't think they know that. I really don't. I don't think your husband is communicating that to them. No. Ellen, why is she doing all the housework? I'm so lost. Because he earns more? That means he doesn't have to do any housework? I mean, whatever works for them in their arrangement works for them in their arrangement. The problem is their arrangement is not being upheld. There you go, OP. The arrangement is not being honored by him. Take something away. Stop doing the housework. See what happens. And then when the in-laws come over, be like, fine, you can clean up this fucking mess. Give you something to finally do when you're over here instead of just standing there twiddling your thumbs, distracting my husband while he's earning money so that he can have 2 days of freedom while I get none. He gets the whole weekend. Yeah, it isn't working for her. She only gets one day to chill. But you know what? She was happy with that one day. She was happy with the one day. And whether that's fair or balanced in there, that's between the two of them. But the arrangement is not being honored. And that's all that matters here, OP. And I think you take that to your husband. I really feel like he is failing to communicate, or maybe he never told them, but he is for sure failing to reinforce this boundary and just letting them. It's not a boundary. Boundary has to have a consequence. This was just like writing on a doormat. NTA. We are stinking close on the finger heart goal. 2187 out of 25 hundo. Jeanette, dropping the 5, said this might be a culture thing, but my fam does this. But I love seeing my boyfriend's fam. It's such a Midwest thing, and my fam is from there. It is a Midwest thing. It for sure is a Midwest thing. Angel dropping the 5 says go as far away as the island allows and make him pay for a hotel room every Wednesday until he figures it out. Hey-o, there you go. There you go. If the bargain's not being upheld, you don't have to take something away. You can just make sure you're getting your day one way or another. Get on the houseboat. Do something. So the way that you presented this to OP was very much like an in-laws problem. And I think the feedback we have back for you is it sounds more like a husband problem. Let me get some music on before I transition over here. Hey, the funny farm. Dropping finger hearts there. Bailey Chapman dropping 225. Jamie S. Alley. Jamie Developer Girl. Candy Thunder. Ashley Gomez, etc. Candy Thunder again there, Jamie S. Adri, Real Broad Housewife, Lorelai, Elizabeth, Crystal Williams, Lorelai again, Doroshko, CT Civil, Sierra, 0219, Marmar, Celestial, Hannah Christine, Emmy Castro. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for the love. Also, YouTube side, you guys hit that goal and unlocked a spicy story and confetti. I'm going to get the next goal set up here. And this one is going to unlock the shark head or helmet. Your choice, I guess. Shark head. So... Okay, this one will be 15 supers, but it's the $2 and up. Shark head or helmet. Gifters decide.
I was gifting to get your goal met. You know that's fucking.
I even stared at you for a very long time.
How at this point, like,
I'll look up and see me.
How at this point we don't expect it? I don't understand. I don't understand. The audacity. I saw it. It was like slow motion.
Staring.
I thought you guys were talking to each other.
I was counting 50.
He was looking at you so long I thought he was talking to you. I thought you guys were like having a whisper conversation. Okay, shark head or helmet, that's what we're going for now. And you guys hit the TikTok goal as well. Can I get a gifter list from you? You've unlocked Tony Spark. And confetti.
Joining my life.
We're gonna have to shoot more confetti when Tony's up here. Hey, you can spoob him with the confetti. Yeah, well, once he gets up here. She flinched when you put that near her. Did you see that? She flinched. In particular order here on the TikTok side for hitting the figure heart goal, AJ Myers in the number 1 spot at 3.3K. Charlotte Arnold in the number 2 spot at 2.7K. Bailey Chapman in the number 3 spot at 2.4K. You guys are freaking awesome. Top 3, swinging for the fences there. In the number 4 spot, Overkill Mill at 795. Then we got Lorelai, Candy Thunder, Lady Tanner, Celestial Tumbler, Elise Kutch, Janice C, 2014, Emmy Castro, Jamie, Civil War Mormon, Call Me Boo 02, Adventures with Pam, Saturn's Moon, Daisy Desserts, Jelly 55, AK Mary, This Guy You Know, Brennigan Monardi. I've said this 100 times. I'm sure I say it wrong, but I'm at least going to say it the same way I always say it. Brannigan Minardi, Ash Girl, Doroshko, Real Broad Zuba, Ane, The Funny Farm, Miss Etc., Ann Haraxon, Carol Jaworski, Ruby Redhead, Krista Museum Girl, Stitriahan, As Blunda, Sunita Badu, Luna Rose, Jofa's Mommy, and Diana C. Anthony. You guys are Friggin' awesome. Thank you so much for the love. Also, Firestar Don Rose, member for 14 months over on the Thunder Crew, says, I don't mind seeing family often, but not unannounced. I'm the only one who works in healthcare and night shift to show up unannounced to your peril. That was one of my thoughts here. I'm like, what if you just don't answer the door? They probably have a key, don't they? I'm sure they do. I'm sure they have a key. All right, let me get the next goal set up on the TikTok side, and we'll get Tony Spark up here. Looks like he's doing the pee-pee dance. You gotta go potty, Tony? You're on your own on that one. Just don't look at me. Just don't look at me. Okay, the next one we're gonna do will unlock a cake story and Candy Thunder feedback. If I can find it. TikTok Live Studio changed everything once again. By the by, how is quality of stream today? Are we crackle static free? Are we in good shape? Well, I gotta ask at some point. I gotta ask. Cake story and candy feedback. Okay, we are going for 100 paper cranes. Penning that real quick. Are we good? Everything perfect? I have finally been victorious. It's taken me many months. Many months. The documentary is in edit right now. All right, ladies and gentlemen, because everything's fixed, I'm really going to push it and we're going to figure it out. Here he comes.
Push any other buttons?
I pushed lots of buttons. All the buttons belong to me.
Hello, people. God bless America. I think you screamed more than me. Got me, though. That was a ninja attack right there. That was a ninja.
I had to.
You should have seen it. I wish there would have been the camera there because he like jumped and then did it at the same time.
I just slowly walked up and picked this up and just hit it, and then walked that way, and then doubled back and jumped,
and then like jumped.
And shot it at the same time, and said "beguile," because that helped somehow.
Doroshka, what am I watching this week? I'm not watching anything this week because I have no time in my life from the minute I wake up to the minute I go to bed this week. So I have watched nothing except for when I lay in bed and I'm trying to go to sleep or I just see something on TV. And this week it's The West Wing, but I don't have the bandwidth or the time to watch anything this week.
You mean like internet bandwidth or mental?
Both. Mental, I don't have time. I'm booked from the time I wake up till the time I go to bed. But anyway, so my calamitous series of unfortunate events this morning, I got big event this weekend that I'm on the committee for, and so we've been doing a lot for that. It's set up week for all that. So as part of that, we've gotten slots on the local morning shows. So I went and I had one yesterday. It was a lot of fun. They're always nice people. So I had one again today. Well, the one today is a little bit further away, and so I had to get up still about like the same time. So yesterday I got up at like 4:45. This morning I got up about 4:45, 5 o'clock. We had weather come in this morning, and like severe weather and all of that. And so I was looking at the radar, and I was like, about the time I'm going to get to this news station is when the weather's going to be coming through. And the weatherman at that news station is like the local weather guy the weatherman when it comes to the storms and stuff. Fun fact, if you've happened to watch the Netflix documentary on the Joplin tornado that came out a couple weeks ago, he's in it. But anyway, so I'm like, man, I don't even know if I'm going to have this interview because they're going to be covering it and going live and doing all that stuff. But I go, driving there. Oh. Yikes. Oh my gosh. Okay. So anyway, I know exactly what you're saying. So anyway, I get up and I go, it's like 45 minutes away. I'm halfway there when I get an email from the producer and he's like, hey, call me ASAP. So I call and then I'm like, he's like, yeah, we got the severe weather stuff, so we're going to have to reschedule. So I got up for nothing and I turned around and went back. And then I was like, well, I had another thing I had to go speak at lunch, like around lunchtime. So I couldn't even go back to bed because I'd already put all this gel in my hair and shit. And so I was like, whatever. So I'm like, oh, I'm going to print some stuff that I need to do. And I worked out a printer problem. Go to print, hit print, starts printing it. And then it was all wrong because the printer was out of ink. So that was my morning of that. And then as I was driving in is when the sirens started going off. And I'm like, well, am I just driving into a big old tornado or what's happening right now? And I was on the phone having another call. It was a whole thing. Yeah, the gel was in. There was no going back. I wasn't going to rinse out the gel and then re-gel my hair and do it again just to lay in bed for like 45 minutes.
How long does it take you to gel your hair?
No, I'm saying I didn't want to I just didn't want to do it all over again. It takes 2 seconds, but that's the point of washing it out. And then by the time I'd have done all that.
Takes 2 seconds, but she didn't want to do all of it.
I didn't want to do.
That's what she said.
If you got ready for the day and then something changed and you knew you were going to have to get ready again, would you mess it all up just to have to do it again in 30 minutes? No.
Yeah.
So I just wasn't going to do it. I just wasn't going to do it. And I was like, well, then I thought in my mind, no, I can't lay down anyway. I have things that I need to be doing at 7 o'clock in the morning. So like I have things to get done. And so I tried to do it and my printer was out of ink. So that's the status of my
10,000 spoons.
I will say I have confetti saying me? Yeah, probably. Not many more. They're going quickly. My stress level is actually pretty good this week. It's just I'm gonna be exhausted. I'm gonna be exhausted because now. And that's part of the TV interview that I did this morning. So I got up at 5 o'clock yesterday. Got up at 5 o'clock today, and they were like, "Oh, we can do it tomorrow. Like we got a slot for you tomorrow if you want to do it." So I was like, "Okay." So I got to get up again tomorrow at 5, and then I come to work, and then after I get off work, I go set up for the event, and then I do that, and then I stay up and do stuff when I get home.
He's not going to be on the VIP.
I'm on like 4 hours. I'm not going to be on the VIP live.
Which means no wheel spin.
Because I'm not joking when I say I'm busy from 5 a.m. to midnight every day.
Welcome
This week.
to my world. And yeah, you do have a piece of confetti on the back of your head. There it goes.
So.
There it goes.
Yeah.
Candy's battery only.
I think I did get to bed pretty early. I got to bed early last night. I think last time I looked, the clock was like 11:30. So that was good. And then I was up at 4.
Look at all the booze you're getting for not being on VIP.
I'm sorry.
Booze like boo, like boo. Not like booze, like here's a shot. Look at all the booze you're
I
getting.
wish.
All the booze.
But anyway.
Yeah, we're going to be,
Bye,
Candy Thunder and
guys.
I will be there this weekend.
They're going to channel their extrovert this weekend.
Yeah.
For a few hours.
Okay.
They
So
had a good time last year. I was like, you guys need to go.
We almost
and they're
bought a
not
puppy
big.
last
They're
year.
not big event people and crowd people. But I was like, I promise it'll be fun. And I think that they had a pretty good time last year.
we did.
They almost bought a puppy. It was that close.
Yeah.
It will be worth it, Doroshko, because I will say this is a lot of work, but I don't know. Something feels different about this year. It feels very special. I think it's going to be really good. We're going out with a bang is what our committee has decided.
There you go.
We decided that we're pulling out all the stops because most of my committee, I think, is done after this year, and they're the real ones that make it all happen. I just coordinate experiences.
You're the ringmaster.
That was last year. I don't know what I am this year. What's a French version of a ringmaster? A mime?
Oh, bonjour.
Bonjour.
Oh, bonjour.
Bonjour. I am learning my I am learning my line in French that I'll have for
What is
Saturday.
the line?
It's because my line that I always say when I'm trying to guilt people into spending more money is that it's for the children. And so it's like, it's c'est pour les enfants.
C'est pour les enfants.
Yeah. C'est pour les enfants. Poupou.
Je me flou.
C'est pour les enfants. It's for the children.
Je.
In French.
Je.
Yeah. See,
m'appelle-
somebody says right there.
m'appelle
C'est pour les
Claude.
enfants.
Claude.
So
Je
that's
m'appelle Claude. Je me flou.
et poupou. So yeah, that's my French deal. Anyway,
We're going to have a blast.
it'll be fun. I'm excited. We built a 27-foot tower. It's a whole thing. It's a lot.
We're gonna, hey, you know what? We'll have to get some footage. We'll have to get some B-roll while we're there and show off your little projects.
Goodbye, people.
Little projects. It's a pretty big
I would
project.
Go down with I can't.
He doesn't have the energy. Doesn't have the energy for it. There you go. Think of the children. It's for the kids. It's for the kids. It's for the kids. Okay, unlocks here. That was Tony Spark. Spicy story. Okay, we have another spicy story to read here. Okay, cool. Making sure that I'm keeping up on stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a spicy story for you. Here it comes. Title of this one is, Am I the Astronaut for Leaving My Husband Alone with the Kids for 2 Days? Boy, we got a theme going on here, don't we? We got a theme. Angel dropping the 2 on the YouTube side says French Tony equals Gaston. No one. It's happening tomorrow, Hatter? With the new place? The new place is happening tomorrow? Les enfants, not les enfants? Did he have heads up? Don't know. Am I the astronaut for leaving my husband alone with the kids for 2 days? Did you poll? Okay. Oh, okay. That's okay. We'll roll with it. I gotta play catch up anyway. A lot of NTA, some ESH here, mostly NTA. So, title one more time. Am I the astronaut for leaving my husband alone with the kids for 2 days? I, 24 female, have 2 sets of twins. 24 years old with 2 sets of twins? Hold on. I need to give my brain a second to catch up. I, 24 female, have 2 sets of twins. First set are 5-year-old boys, and the second set are 3-year-old girls. Yeah, my brain is still like, nope, that's impossible. Oh, we have puzzle time. There we go. Caught it quick. My husband, 27, always complains that the house isn't up to his standards and that it's a mess, or that I sometimes put on frozen meals instead of cooking a fresh dinner. Oh, wait. Okay, just to recap, we're about 2 sentences into this story and have learned that OP's 24 with 2 sets of twins that are 5 years old and 3 years old, and her 27-year-old brozo husband complains about not having gourmet fucking meals. I think we can go ahead and confirm that NTA right now.
It sounds like a dream.
My question right now is, why would you want to leave the kids with this man-child? It's super irritating because I'm expected to do everything just because I work from home. Oh, you work too. Okay. Just because I work from home, he thinks I have it easier than his job, which is physical labor. I can never do anything because when he has time off, all he wants to do is sleep, and says he needs it because he's exhausted from work, or he wants to use his break to hang with his friends. Oh, wow. Just when you think it can't get any worse, ladies and gentlemen, it fucking does. A lot. So basically all the chores are usually thrown on me, and I had enough of it and came to the show when my friend called me to hang out, and when I asked my husband to watch them so I can go, he went into a rant about how he's tired and he's been working all week, and the least I could do is watch the children so he could get some rest because I'm home all day with easy work.
What the fuck?
2 sets of twins, all the housework, and a work from home parent. Like, how do you get anything done? When's the last time you showered? Like, when? How? So I decided after I put the children to sleep that night to leave a note saying that I'll be out. Just leave and have a night out with the girls, which ended up turning into a weekend out with the girls. That's bold. That's bold. And again, I don't know that in your position I would feel comfortable leaving the children with... I mean, surely you have enough confidence of him and taking care of them to do this, but like leaving a note and just bailing? That's bold. And we confirmed that NTA, but I don't know about this. I don't know about just leaving a note and bailing. Because I don't trust him with the kids. That's only a kid thing. He deserved it, for sure. When morning time came, he was calling and texting me nonstop, and when I answered, he was yelling at me and cursing me out. When my friends overheard the conversation, they were shocked and hung up the phone for me and told me to mute it. I didn't have any plans to stay any longer than that night, but when my friends overheard how my husband spoke to me, they convinced me to stay here and even told me they'd take me out to eat and planned a whole day for me. Oh, Green flag friends, I mean, they caused more trouble at home for her by convincing her to stay an extra night, but then being like, oh no, we got you, girly. When I got back, the place was a complete and utter mess, like piles full of dishes, garbage all over the place, floors were sticky, there was pee all over the toilet, and the place just smelled awful. My husband, of course, was angry and had a suitcase already packed. He barely said 2 words to me and just left and texted me saying he'd be staying at his mom's. It's either the smallest violin or a booger. I'm not sure which. Tu es amor.
Like, leave. You're not even doing anything.
That's right. You know what? I'm going to punish you by leaving.
Okay. I'll feel your absence strongly.
Great. Now I feel horrible because clearly he couldn't handle taking care of the kids for this long by himself, and I feel like an asshole and don't want this to ruin my marriage. Do y'all think I'm an asshole for the way I acted? Hold up! Hold up! Hold up!
What marriage?
Exactly. We need to talk about the previous line. You don't want this to ruin your marriage? I don't think what you have is a marriage. I think what you have is an unpaid 1099 contractor relationship. Oh man. And you know what? I bet your friends on this Freedom Day where they were like, no. You're going to stay and we're going to have a freaking blast. I imagine they spent that whole day trying to convince you that you don't deserve this, that you don't deserve to be treated this way, that you are worthy of love and of respect. And then you went back and you feel like an asshole? No. Also, how did his suitcase brozo douche canoe move work? How did that cause any effect on her? She's like, oh my God, he's leaving. I just imagine, I don't know why, but my mental picture of that suitcase was like the messiest suitcase anybody has ever packed. And there's like shit just hanging out of it, even though it's zipped. You know what I mean? Callie, yeah, poor OP. We need to send all the love to her. This, I can't imagine. I can't imagine one set of twins, let alone two. I mean, I guess at least you have two sets that can entertain themselves or each other. You know what I mean? But wow, that sounds like a crazy amount of work. And the fact that you work from home and take care of both sets of twins and do all the housework and cook, and he bitches about the cooking, is you deserve better. Your children deserve better. Your children deserve a better example of what a husband and a father should be. Your children deserve a better example of what a mother and wife should be respected like. Your children are learning what to expect of love and of marriage and of trust and of hope, all from you right now. If not for you, for them, stand up and say that this is not okay. Make the decision that you wish they would make someday if they were in this position. Angel dropping the 5 on the YouTube side says a marriage is a partnership. What you have is an unpaid government contract, but sure, you're an asshole when husband is just like, I'm going to mommy's. I love that. I'm going to be at my mom's. Ma, the meatloaf. Hatter dropping the 20 bomb on the YouTube side says, this is just my opinion, but I have a feeling that Obi's husband is like this because he had a mom who would do everything for him, even wipe his own butt. Taking care of kids and housework is a job in and of itself. I think you're very, 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 very high likelihood that you are spot on here. The fact that his first retaliatory response here was to run to mommy's tells us pretty much everything we need. Not mom telling him, you're a dad, suck it up and take care of your kids. Mama being like, oh, she hurt you, baby. Come on. Just come on. You bring your messy suitcase and you just leave all that other mess for her and you come on over. Good gravy. Now again, leaving a note was ballsy, right? But that's the only way that you could leave. That's the only way you would ever get out of there. And that I get it, but in your position, I would have had a really hard time trusting somebody this much of a brozo, which we'll do again. I don't know that I couldn't trust a person like that with my kids. She won't notice he's gone other than his complaining. Oh, there'll be less of a mess. Angel says, I bet mom didn't have a job on top of all that, though. For sure. Oh, yeah. You mean like she's going to be like, oh, I had kids and I took care of the whole house and had a fresh cooked meal? Yeah, guarantee she wasn't working full time or even part time. Yeah, he has super high cleanliness standards. He hasn't even come to within 3 light years of himself. Yeah. This guy. Okay, so. Oh, I gotta go back and find that. The question was, if everything's moving around, am I the astronaut for... nope. Where did the story go? I'm losing it. Am I the astronaut for leaving my husband alone with the kids for 2 days? No. No, I mean, it would worry me in your shoes. You're not the astronaut for doing that. That should be something he'd be willing to do for you. But that's not the question. The question is not like this isolated incident. The question is your entire marriage and the worldview that has been thrust upon you. And you deserve better. The dog would do a better job looking after the kids, Barry said. I don't doubt it. She had the first set of twins at 18, 19. Gosh. She's had to do a lot of growing up in a very short amount of time. That's wild. Just wild, I tell you. Hey, we're at 34 of 1 hundo on the paper cranes, which, as a reminder, unlock... What do they unlock? A cake story and Candy Thunder feedback. Also, on the YouTube side, we're at 3 of 15. That will unlock the shark head or helmet. Shark head. And in the meantime, we'll dive over to the next story. Am I on 3 now? Is that correct? I'm lost.
The first word of the story.
Oh, there we go. Hey, before I dive into that, I'm going to get a quick catch up over here on the TikTok side. Lots of gifts coming in. Hey, Pam, A. Cow as Heart, Ali Franz as Blunda, Bubsy, J. Swifty, Susu, Ali, Fane, a Cow at Heart again there, Minerva G. Lopez, Alexis Nicole, TKP Nurse, sending a lot of stuff there through. Solutions Only with a bunch as well. Elise. We've got Amy Castro. Elise again, a different Elise with the paper cranes there. This is in Cyrillic and I can't read it. It's been too long. It's been too long since my Russian courses. Sonia? I got nothing on the last name. But is it Sonia? And Hanarkson, Ashley Gomez, Zelda, Doroshko, Wonder Woman. Sending all kinds of paper cranes there. It's weird. Either there aren't 2 Wonder Womans, right? I mean, not in the DC universe. I mean, in chat. Because it shows 2 different profile pictures for me through your gifts. It's weird. The Funny Farm. Sonia again there. Ashley Gomez, Jelly5, Orisa, Bailey Chapman, Janice 2014, Real Broad. Thank you so much for the love. Greatly appreciate it. Pam, Dark Angel, Blue Diamond, Fane. Pam again there. Jennifer Nesbitt, Susu, Candy Thunder. Getting on there as well. Heck yes. All right. Amy, I know I took 48 minutes to get through one story, so we're trying to play some catch up. And also TikTok is very fickle about when it will allow us to do a poll and when it won't. Like I could do it until they pushed an update and then the polls were gone. It's weird. I think I can create one now again. Maybe. I think I can. All right, we'll dive into this next story here. Yeah, I'll start the next one. My capability is back with the newest update. Hey there, it's Dusty Thunder with yet another story for you. Title of this one is In-Laws Straining My Marriage, but It's My Fault, apparently. Not a question, so we don't have a poll for that one. I'll X that window out. Title again. In-Laws Straining My Marriage, but It's My Fault, apparently. First post, so bear with me. About a year ago, me, 28 female, and my husband, 30 male, allowed my brother-in-law, 19 male, to move in with us to get him out of a rough situation and help him start adulting. This was about May of last year. I agreed to have him move in with the promise from brother-in-law and husband that it was only going to be a couple of months until brother-in-law found a roommate to move out with. You bring your guitar in, Tony? You gonna play a little ditty for us? Yeah. Sweet. He is also to pay some rent monthly as he has a full-time job now, keep his area clean, and help around the house. Keep in mind I have 2 children under the age of 5 and also work, and I'm still the housekeeper, cleaning, cooking food, etc., while my husband also works about 60 hours a week. Fast forward to those couple of months, no luck on finding a roommate, brother-in-law still living with us. Okay, he's young. I'm just going to give him some more time to figure this out. I'm trying to be understanding and gracious, as I also had some help getting on my feet at this age. I have confronted brother-in-law a few times asking, so how is the roommate search going? You found an apartment yet? Only to be answered with shrugs and, I don't know. I will say at this point I'm starting to feel in the dark with what is actually going on. As in, is there even a plan of him moving out? Is he even looking for a roommate or an apartment? Husband says just give him more time and that he's working on it. You know, it's funny because I think the last Wednesday there was a guy who said just give her more time. Just give her more time. Give her more time. And then there ended up being like assault charges and stuff. So time is not an answer. Frustrated, it's Christmas time now, and he's requesting to have his girlfriend of 2 years who lives out of state to move in too, with a promise that she has a job and they will move out in 1 month. I tell my husband that I'm not comfortable with it, as brother-in-law was not supposed to be here at all this time in the first place. Husband says I'm overreacting. Okay. Love that line. And starts making comments of making me sound like I don't care about his family. Okay. Let the gaslighting commence. Angry, I just shut down and keep my mouth shut to avoid the argument, my next mistake. Girlfriend moves in and surprise, surprise, doesn't have a job and claims she's looking for one for 3 months now since living under my roof. You didn't know it, but you started running a shelter. Fast forward to now, rent is not being paid anymore. The cleaning of their own areas has stopped, and there's been absolutely no trying to find a way to move out of my home. I've quit asking brother-in-law questions to keep myself from being furious and directed the questions towards my husband. At this point, I'm done trusting that my husband has any plan or control in this whole situation, which is driving me insane. Anytime I bring it up to my husband, I'm met with hostility and accusations of just wanting to throw his family out on the street and that I shouldn't be upset with this because I agreed to it. Agreed to what? Yes, I agreed to brother-in-law moving in for a couple of months. Yes, I graciously gave him extra time to figure things out. At this point, I no longer feel comfortable in my own home, and every day me and my husband argue about it, which always turns into very ugly outcomes. Words are hard. We don't even sleep in the same bed anymore. I'm annoyed that I've been conned into taking on 2 grown adults while trying to raise my own family. Remember, 2 kids under the age of 5. I'm angry that I'm being made out to be the bad guy when all I wanted was to be hopeful. I don't know what to do anymore. I guess my main question to the Reddit world is, am I the astronaut because I let all this happen in the first place? No. No, okay. There is this whole, though, like, fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me thing. You fought hard against the second time, though. You did, valiantly. You fought valiantly, but you're not the asshole for letting this happen in the first place because you believed the best in humans and they let you down. I don't think you can be an asshole for having hope in another human being, especially the first time. The second time, you knew what was going to happen. You knew what was going to happen. And it still happened, not because you allowed it to, because you got steamrolled. So just like the follower submission that we read earlier, I don't think this is a family problem. I think this is a husband problem for you. He facilitated this. He allowed it. It's his family. He needs to be creating and reinforcing the boundaries and is doing none of that. He is failing as a husband and as a father. He's failing as a husband and a father. And hearing those words are enough motivation. Oh. Here I was giving a really good motivational speech I just ruined it by calling motivation motivation. Motivation. Hearing that you are failing as a husband and father is hella motivation for most guys. Those are core fears. Core fears. Motivation. I don't even have like a pretend thing motomation could be. It's like claymation, but with motorcycles. There's a bunch of motorcycles. That's what I got. Motivation. It motivated me, Dusty. Good job, Brenna. Thank you. Thank you. I'm a motivational speaker. No, OP, you're not. You're NTA here, and I'm sorry that you have to deal with this. Your husband is failing you and your children, and he needs to know that. He is not winning universal brownie points here by helping out his brother. He is failing as a husband and as a father by allowing his family to be taken advantage of. And if you think the kids aren't being taken advantage of as part of this, and I don't mean in the creepy way, I mean they've lost space. There are arguments happening all around them because of this now. They're in a more hostile, depressed environment than they would have been. This cost them too. He failed them too. Tell him that. You do clay art, a cow at heart? Nice. There you go. Yes, please make things on live and call it motivation. You got to make a motorcycle out of clay, and there you go. Move out, not back. Small town angel. There you go. There you go. All right, 48 of 1 hundo on the paper cranes right now. I'm going to jump over to the next one real quick. We can at least get one more story in, right? 5? Okay. Angel dropping the 2 super on the YouTube side. Lacking motivation. May I substitute motivation? Hey, there you go. Oh my God, that's going to be a prescription drug here soon, isn't it? It's going to be a prescription, like a, I don't know. We got to trademark that. ASAP. Thank you so much for the super angel, by the way. Hey, also Adventures with Pam, Kim, Jelly Clinger, Susu, Screeks, Allie, The Lone Star, DC10, Susu again there, Candy Thunder, Pam, Dark Angel. You guys are awesome. Thanks so much. An ADHD med. There you go, Angel. Motivation. We got to come up with a catchy theme song for it now. Ladies and gentlemen, I have another story for you. Hey, it's Dusty Thunder. Title of this story is, Am I the Astronaut for not putting my brother-in-law as a referral for my apartment? We'll skip the poll for time's sake and dive right in on this. I, 23 male, just applied to a nice apartment. After a month of trying to find the perfect place in my price range, my sister and brother-in-law told me about their complex. They live in a small town. They live in a townhome, which is way out of my budget, but the complex also had 1 bedrooms, which were perfect for me at a great price. The complex does not advertise on normal apartment websites as they prefer getting residents from the area and word of mouth. They also have a special that if you are referred by someone, they get a $500 Walmart gift card. I moved out from my roommate's apartment and left almost all of my belongings there, just part of my situation I was in months ago, leaving me with almost nothing to move with into this apartment. I have a good chunk of savings, but any help I have been getting has been a miracle. I asked if we could split the Walmart gift card so I could get a bunch of little things for bathroom and kitchen. My brother-in-law and sister said no, as they were using it to get a new TV. So you're depending on me to get you this money? Okay. I told them about my plight, and they just said they would be on the lookout for some of the things I needed. Anyways, I got time for the application, and I put nobody as my referral. When I left the management office, I went over to their apartment to eat dinner and celebrate. Oh, that's so petty. They asked if I referred them, and I said I left it blank. They got kind of upset, saying it took no effort or money on my part, and I was essentially helping no one in this situation. They are demanding I go back and say I was referred, but I don't think they will let me, and I don't want to embarrass myself like that. Oh, okay. You were going to do it. You were going to go back. You're just embarrassed. They have their place established. They pay less rent because they split it. They all have furniture. I need the help, and they refused. Yeah, it was free and easy to do, but they could even split it for me. Am I the astronaut? Yeah. Funny, ain't it? Their argument can also be used against them. They're like, it'd be free because it's not costing you anything. You don't have this money. This is money you are depending on me to get you. And easy. I offer to put you down. We split it. Cool. Because the alternative is OP puts nobody down and nobody gets a damn thing. Which is what happened. And it was petty. Going over there for dinner right afterwards, it was petty as F. But we learned something. It was unintentionally petty as F. OP didn't hold that in till dessert was finished and then be like, oh, by the way, I didn't put you guys down as my referral. No, OP was like, I put nobody down because you guys were kind of dicks about it. And then we're like, what the hell? Go back over there. And he's like, I don't know if they'll let me. I don't know. What do we do? It wasn't intentional. If it was intentionally petty. Here's an update. We actually have a small, tiny 20 update. My application was approved and I'm moving in May. Decided to let them know they referred me and they said noted. Whether they split it or not, making a landlord pay up is always a good deed. Damn. They ended up getting, you caved. You caved, OP. I would just be like, hey, okay, I'll go back there, but you all owe me 10 dinners. Something. There's got to be a compromise in there somewhere, but you caved. No. Yeah, they're established. They were going to buy a TV. They just already had their heart set on something. They already had plans for the money that he was going to help them get. Oh, you told me to go to 5. I read 4. That's my bad. I squirreled out. I'm sorry. But you know what? We've got 3 minutes. I can get through story 5. I can do that.
I can hear it.
I read the wrong story, ladies and gents. I got it. I'm going to read story 5. I'm good. Is it crazy long? Okay. Then I'm good. I got it. All right. Last story, ladies and gentlemen. Last story of the live today. I would have had time to get one in anyway, maybe. But the fact that I read the wrong one just cemented it. Angel Drop of the 2 said, I'm revoking OP's Petty Thunder. I have to agree. I think it was unintentional and they allowed themselves to get pushed around a little bit. I do like that they took the step though. But it's if you're going to be petty to somebody, be petty and stick to it. Otherwise, you're just that was a very weak attempt at being petty. Weak. Okay. Sorry. Yep. See, I was scrolling out again there. Hey there, it's Dusty Thunder with yet another Reddit story for you. This one is, am I the astronaut for refusing to drive if my wife is in the car? That sounds petty. Now we're talking. I'm going to dive right in since we're short on time. For years after we got married, I could never figure out why I would be so angry and moody anytime my wife and I went somewhere. Damn. For years after we got married, I could never figure out why I would be so angry and moody anytime my wife and I went somewhere. Then it finally clicked. I was only in a bad mood if I drove with my wife. My wife is the absolute worst backseat driver I have ever seen. Doesn't matter how I drive. She still finds things to complain about. Why did you go this way? If you would have went that way, you would have been there by now. You're driving too fast or driving too slow. You could have made that light unfucking real. The light was red and you blew through it. Can you brake any harder, idiot? There were 17 great parking spots and you had to choose parking spot 18, which is the absolute worst. You turned your blinker on too late. You turned your blinker on too early. Why are you accelerating so slowly? Whoa, was it necessary to accelerate that quickly? Etc. My back started sweating for him. Feel the white knuckle grip on that steering wheel, just torque it up. So for the past couple of years, I have refused to drive. I now make her do all the driving. And lo and behold, I'm no longer a grumpy person when we travel. She has now gotten upset that she is now always driving and told me I needed to at least split driving 50-50 with her. I told her if she could keep her opinions to herself while I was driving, I would. She agreed. Oh, interesting. We have a challenge. So last weekend, I started driving. She couldn't even last 3 minutes without criticizing my driving. I pulled over and told her I'm done. Either she takes over driving or we're going home. She eventually took the wheel. As she muttered that I drive like a moron, even though there's only one of us who has any tickets and has at-fault accidents on the record, and it's not me. So, am I the astronaut for refusing to drive if she's present? Hell no! OP came up with a life hack and was petty about it, but created a boundary that he's stuck to. And he's like, nope, this is the structure. I refuse to sacrifice my happiness for your convenience. I refuse. And stuck to it. Joanne Harrison dropping the 5 said good for him. Katie the Red dropping the 2 said backseat drivers are my biggest pet peeve. So we're kind of in a phase where we have to be a little bit of a backseat driver because we're teaching kids how to drive. Driving with permit drivers. I hate it too. I try to just keep my mouth shut all the time, but when one of them is barreling toward a car that's stopped in the middle of the road, you have to say something, right? And then you have to try to make it a teaching moment and not just say, hey, stop, but you have to be like, okay, next time something like this happens, blah, 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 blah. Here's how we can prevent that kind of situation in the future. And then you get like, okay, I'm like, it's not fun. It's not fun. Candy Thunder does not criticize my driving. She will gasp. She's a gasper. She's Gasper, the friendly ghost.
I saw something that said to correct them in the moment if something is going to happen, but you wait till the end of the drive to discuss it so that they can be...
Correct them in the moment, but wait till the end of the drive to talk about how to avoid it in the future? Correct. Ah, smart. I like it.
And then their attention isn't being split.
Yeah. That's smart.
I saw that on a thing, I guess because we talk about permits.
Yeah, that's smart. Yeah, don't distract them further. That makes a lot of sense. Or just have them pull over on the side of the fucking road right then, and you get out and you talk about it.
Yeah.
Angel dropping another 5 there said I only backseat drive when my husband is driving my vehicle. Also, he has no depth perception and tends to follow too closely. Well, that's dangerous. That's dangerous, You think men in general follow more closely than women? We're naturally booty sniffers.
This is based on my riding with you and with Tony. 'Cause I'm like, I need like 3 car lengths between me and the car in front of me. 'Cause I don't, unless
You
they
need
want-
3 car. Okay.
Oh, I follow pretty close.
You do, and I was like, the whole time. And you followed closely too, and I'm like, oh my god.
Apparently, we follow too closely.
Doing that, but you
Do all
know,
guys follow too closely? Is this a guy thing?
Besides my driving.
Coming in hot, I like to brake really slowly and then like creep up.
Nah.
And men, I think, just boom, we break it.
Hey, that's what brakes are for.
Yeah, that's what brakes are for.
They work.
I just don't like the.
You know what? It's the end of the show. We got to bring Candy Thunder up. We got to bring her up just to chat and say bye with you guys. And also, we are doing VIP. It's going to be a short VIP. We aren't doing wheel spins because Tony Spark's too cool to hang out with us.
Where are you going? What do you have to
Where am I going? So, yeah, we got to get you up here. I will say, Candy Thunder has become a way more chill driver over like the past 5 years, probably.
Yeah, I'd say since I was pregnant. I do attract asshole drivers, but she was since I was pregnant with Navy. I feel like I've just chilled the fuck out, and I don't like to go like I don't like to drive
There are
fast
still
anymore.
annoying people, but like
Yeah.
we can be annoyed without driving aggressively.
Although yesterday I was driving home from the store and someone was going 18 miles per hour in this neighborhood, and like they were like pointing at stuff, and I felt like I hadn't eaten, so I kind of felt like I was gonna get sick, and I was like, get the fuck off the road! If you're going 18, just pull over.
morning. She said your window was down too.
Yeah, and so was his, and I hope he heard me because he didn't move, but he was like braking at 18 miles per hour, and
Thunder's hangry.
and I was like, oh my! I knew I should not have gone to the store and like let myself get that hungry, but I did, and that's my
sick hungry.
Yeah, I was like, I felt like I was gonna throw up, and I needed to get out of the car, and he was driving this slow, and I was like, and so in that moment, I was very upset. And like I was still not trying to ride his ass because I felt like, but he was going so slow. And 10 below. If you're going below the speed limit, I don't want to be it. But if you're going the speed limit, like I'm not gonna get upset. I'm just gonna do my thing.
So, Brenna, interesting point. Candy Thunder gets major league car sick as well.
Yes.
And on certain roads, like it's still a thing, but like definitely she will not ride in my old WRX with me. Will not do it. But like in the Tahoe now, I guess it's a longer wheelbase. It sits up higher. It's more cushy, and that she does not get car sick as often in. So there are different cars do make a difference. Olivia and Sons World dropping the 5 said my mom did this, so said find it own way. She's an amputee. She uses services now.
Lainey, the lip color is Heather Ray Essentials, and it's just like a lip glossy thing. I can't remember the color of it, but it's like the pinky one. She only has 3 colors, and there's only like one. She only has one product, but.
There's a WRX and then there's an STI. The STI is the bougier, like more souped up version. The STI is like the GT version. The WRX, I didn't have an STI, I just had a WRX. And Olivia and Sons World, thank you so much to the super, by the way.
Ditto, Sarah. I never got car sick until I got pregnant with Ava, and then I got it like during that pregnancy, and it never went away. And when I was pregnant with Navy, car sickness went away, and then came right back after I was pregnant. I don't know. I feel like pregnancy just changes us.
Yeah, and COVID. Mm-hmm. Following bad backseat passenger. Oh, oof! Wow.
Yep.
Also, yeah. We started like a WRX conversation over here. We got a Subaru combo going on over here on the TikTok side. I had
STI, and I don't think about cars.
I know it used to be STD, and then they turned it to STI, but the Subaru had the STI first. Okay, I had a black. I had a black hatch. Whatever, I don't remember what year that was. Like 13 maybe. It was
I think so.
Black hatch. WRX Limited. Whenever she and I first started dating, and loved that freaking car. Miss it. I miss it. It was fun. I took her for a ride one time and like pushed it and drove a little sporty, and she pretended to have fun. And then
I did have fun.
later told me the truth that she gets car sick all the time. So.
I did not get car sick on that one. And I did have fun. I was just, I think I was, I don't know why I didn't get car sick that time.
It was fun. We were having a good time. They're just.
I think most of the time if I eat, like if I'm full, like I don't get car sick as bad, but.
They're so fun. Someday I'll get to have a fun, cool car again. Until then, it'll be dad wagon and kiddo vehicles, and that's fine.
Very. She said, I'm always below the limit. My driver teacher had to yell at me to follow traffic.
Go with the flow. Go with the flow.
I had to. Ava, when we first started driving, I'm like, okay, so now you're going 29 and a 45. So let's just, like push it a little bit. Just, go with the flow.
Yeah. Going slow is disruptive as well. I mean, you got to go with the flow of traffic. Audi S4 Hockey Mom.
Same, Amber. Same.
Audi RS6 Avant. That is my current dream car. Audi RS6 Avant. It's a station wagon that is an ass kicker. It's a sleeper, sort of. It's like 550 horses in a station wagon.
I will say that Ava's car, now that Ava has her own car, I think that she actually creeps up towards the speed limit and like a couple over much more easier than she did when she was driving.
She
her
go-karts
car.
it.
Yeah.
Go-karts it for sure.
In that car.
Yep.
I want her to drive slow, but like not almost 20 under. I feel like that's too. I want her to be able to flow with traffic.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, because abiding by the law or in the speed limit is one thing, but
also
doing the safe thing for the flow of traffic that you're in is an entirely other.
I'm so done training kids how to drive. And we've got, like, after Ava, I'm hyper-focused on Ava right now, and after that, it's going to be hyper-focused on Kieran. And I'm like, and then Brady gets his permit in October, and I'm like, I'm not ready. I'm not ready.
Overkill Mill with the Audi Q3 and Hockey Mom on the TikTok side, talking Audi Q3 as well. Look at you guys. You have a Tiguan that will become your son's, and you're getting the Q3. Yeah, Q3 is super cool. There's a Q8 that we see in our neighborhood, a white one. The Audi SUV that's kind of about the size of yours. Audi's a killer. They're an amazing vehicle.
Yeah, Domino's of learner's permit, and then we had Domino's of braces. just like bam, bam, bam. Like it happened within like a 6-month thing of braces, and it was like
They looked like triplets for a long time, and we've experienced the teenage cost side of that as
Yes.
well. It's been fun. It's been a great car. J Swifty, dream car is a Gremlin. That's awesome. I bet you can still find one too.
have the older
Navy?
kids teach
Oh.
Navy, please.
No. Yeah, no. Yeah, no. All right, ladies and
Bye,
gents, we're going to
guys.
go ahead and wrap it up and get started on VIP here shortly. Give us about 10-15 minutes, and we'll get it booted up on the YouTube and TikTok sides back there. See you then. Everybody else, we'll see you on Sunday for the normal live at 9 p.m. Central Time, and next Wednesday, normal live 3 p.m. Central Time then as well. They are already scheduled on the YouTube side, so you can go ahead and turn on notifications for those if you're on that side. Thank you so much for the love, the support, the engagement, the fun times. Have a fantastic week. We'll see you soon. Be safe.